Hey, Alex, Thomas, Adil. Just
Hey.
waiting for the live stream to say it's going. All right, I think it's going. So we have the Secure Growth Development staff meeting today. I'm gonna copy the link here. So one thing I think everybody knows what's worth mentioning is, we're splitting this meeting to just focus on Secure. Phil will have a similar meeting for Govern, and I'll update future meetings with this in mind. I've got some notes on that. I would like to talk about Q1 roadmap items and have a status update at a high level each week, and also make sure each of them are represented in our deliver on product roadmap um, OKR with a KR for each one. So we have some of them here. So the next gen proprietary SaaS detection for Go. I think I can run down that epic. So let's get the epic links first. So next gen proprietary SaaS detection for Go. I can run down that epic. We've got ones for pre-received secret detection beta, CVS for container registry images, Android support, and others. So, do you happen to know, Thomas, the one for SAST for Go?
I can put my fingers on it within the next 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then the other one, the migration to SemGrep for SAST, we've got an epic there, and then I also have the one for me, which is enhance the detection. I have notes actually from Sarah and or Connor on that, and then I misplaced them and I haven't linked to the epic yet. So I'm going to do that. The so let's get the epics in there for the next meeting just so we can refer to them. Next gen proprietary SaaS detection for Go. I guess on each one by next week, let's make sure they're actually explicitly represented in the OKRs. Um, like we have a lot of OKRs that say deliver greater than equal to one thing in the product roadmap for composition analysis, deliver greater than equal to one thing in the product roadmap for DAST or for dynamic, et cetera. Let's name the specific things, either in the KR itself or in the objective or in the sub KRs for that objective, and get the epics in. And then we can start talking about it each week. For the ones that are here, next gen proprietary SaaS detection engine for Go. That's what Julian has started working on. I think we're in good shape on that.
Epic was just closed.
The epic was
So
closed, so
Epic
it's
was
probably the wrong
closed.
epic.
That was Horizon 3. So if that's not the right one, then I
I
need
think
to
it's
find it.
the additional step. Well, it's a good point. I think it's the
Yeah.
additional step we're planning to do for the rest of the quarter. Um, and Julian mentioned, and I think he talked with PM as well on focusing on dog fooding it on GitLab GitLab projects of using Vet for some of the GitLab Go projects as a next step. But so we'll deambiguate disambiguate. That's not a word, is it? We'll get more detail on these by next week. So on the pre-received secret detection um, beta release, I know Thomas, you and I talked about that earlier this week, but what's the summary on that?
Pre-receive beta release is going to be a target on .com, or making it available on .com since it's going to be at the beta product maturity level. So it's still going to be controlled by a feature flag, but we're going to have observability on it and run books so that it is something that is monitored by infrastructure is typically what that means. Um, the original ambition was end of this quarter. That epic is still being fleshed out. It is something, however, what I see, it looks like it's a superset of scope. I think the scope is too big, but I need to look through it. I have not had a chance to read through deeply or ask any questions of it just yet. There's since my attention has been elsewhere, but there's a lot to do. A lot of it should be around making sure that we're providing the appropriate controls and configuration and making sure that it is made available not only at project level but at groups and in namespaces, so
Cool.
that we can control it by policy.
How about the migration to SemGrep for SaaS? I don't have the epic handy, though I know someone on my team are working on it. Um, when I looked at, so if you can find the Epic, Thomas,
Yeah.
offline, it's fine. My impression of that one is that that one is going pretty well. We've got Ruby in flight, other languages being worked on, planned, et cetera. So overall, I think that's in good shape. Would you agree, or do you have a different opinion?
I agree. I'm equating that to the targets for 17.0 migrations, so for deprecations and removals. And so that we can consider that effort wrapped up, at least for the foreseeable future. And we move on to other things. Um, Node.js scan, Craig's got that. PHP CS, that's Adam. Mob SF and moving Kotlin for spot bugs, that's Hua and Jason. So I mean, the work is distributed out. The work looks achievable by 17.0 at this particular time. So it appears to be on target for what we want to do there.
Cool. Anyway, we're doing a first pass through many of these future ones. We can just say green, amber, red.
Yep.
And if green, just say it's green. And if amber, red, we can talk about why and how to,
Yep.
how to get it back on track. Or what's being done to get it back on track. Is there help needed, et cetera. So we won't go into all the details each time. That would be a waste of our time to just repeat that every time. So I see Tiago said continuous vulnerability scanning for container registry images is green, and Android support for dependency scanning is not started.
Yep, not started at this time.
Is that so? It's a Q1 roadmap item according to the PM roadmap on the slides I saw. But I wonder if it really is, or it's Q1-ish. Is it Q1 or Q1-ish? I don't know if you know, Thomas.
It's a Q1 start. I am dubious that it is a Q1 complete. The
Okay,
team that'll be, yeah. The team working on Paul's going to be working on it with his team.
oh, that's gonna be tall. Okay.
Yeah.
So who's the can you run that down with the PM?
Yep.
Cool. It's nice to get, oh, and so enable on-demand SAS scans for what's BBD stand for? If that's customer
Browser-based DAST.
Yeah.
browser-based DAS.
Yeah.
What do you have the Epic handy for that, Alex?
Yeah, I'll post it in there right now.
Okay, cool. How's this one going, Alex?
Very well. So there's just documentation updates that we're working on at the moment for the release. In addition to Alexander, my team is working on some configuration tweaks, so to make it easier for the customers to configure it. So those are the last two things, and we're wrapped up on this one.
Cool. So yeah, and the last one, I need to find the Epic. I know we're doing a lot of work on detection logic for SAS rules to improve the efficacy of the rules. PM pushing toward a specific epic that they want us to track this in, which is a sub epic of the main one I'm tracking. I want to link to the right thing. So please do update the Thomas and Alex, and then also for Tal and for Tiago is to update, and Umar. Umar's out this week, of course, to update the OKR, the related OKR. Just make sure we're referencing the right things. Cool. We'll be in better shape. We'll have more structure around this for future updates, and it should be quicker too. So Thomas, PI reviews, performance indicator reviews. Do you get a chance to look into what's outside of normal ranges, and are those things items to be proud of or to be concerned about, or neither? Neither is fine if that's accurate, if that's appropriate. But do you have time to do that by this meeting, or you want to push that?
I had time to get most of the way through it. My 6-year-old just got home, and so anyway, my time to get most of the way through it. I will admit that with the migration of all of our metrics to Tableau rather than on Sisense, that I'm having to reconstruct workflows, so that's impacting some of my time. The one thing to call out that has been explained is that we've got is error budget, particularly that error budget went into the red significantly in composition analysis this week. And it has to do with GitLab agent and operational container scanning. And the reason that it went red so significantly is because of production incident on Monday related to GitLab agents and API calls to it specifically. There is the incident. The
It's okay if we caused it, or we were, and it's okay if we were the kind of the victim of it, but were we more a victim or a cause, or somewhere in between?
I think we were the victim.
Victim. Okay, here's what it is. So we can
Yeah.
participate in the RCA when we get there, the blameless RCA when we get there.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's what
Cool.
happened.
So you,
Yeah.
so this, you finished your analysis and this is the only thing that jumped out, or you're still analyzing?
What I am trying to work through right now is MR rate. Yeah, so MR rate, the dashboards on Tableau don't appear to let me drill down by stage or by team. And so so I'm trying to figure out where that is at this point.
Okay. If there's anything of note,
Yeah.
on anything on that or anything else you haven't gotten a chance to get to yet, we can just discuss next week.
Yeah. MR rate's the outstanding one that I want to look into a bit deeper.
So bookkeeping, my plan for this meeting with the split is, since we have people, Phil's already has or is doing a similar meeting for his folks, and I'm still going to make this meeting open to anybody at GitLab interested, is so we have 2 people in APAC, Australia and Japan, 1 in Israel, 3 in US East, 1 US Central, 1 US West. Hi, Lucas. So the and Alex, Thomas, and I being in US East. The thing about 2 meetings, because we can't get everybody in one, and we basically do the meeting twice, but only cover topics twice where the participants want to, either sync or async. But that makes it so that we don't leave anybody out. Since it's a different focus team now, just on secure versus secure and govern, I think it's great, Lucas. You making it when you can and interested. I'm going to try to see if I can get Isaac, make it a good time for Isaac as well. That's really challenging with Japan. So here are my thoughts. Tuesday, 7 a.m. Pacific, which should be good for America's East and Central, plus Israel, and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific should be good for America's time zone West, plus Australia, plus Japan. It's a little bit early for Isaac at 8 a.m., but otherwise, we're in good shape, and it's not too late for me. That's 6 p.m. my time, and I usually finish a lot earlier than then. So for folks who made it today, let's see, Tiago and Tao, and Lucas all said async. That works for them. Alex and Thomas, what do you think? Works for you?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
good.
seeing nodding. Okay, cool. So I'll get it scheduled and we'll go from there. So welcome back, Lucas. I should say that too.
Good to be back. I missed you
Absolutely.
all.
And with that, Adil, you'll be always invited, and everyone else, into these discussions. But with the focus, Phil's focusing on govern, and this group, myself and this group, we're going secure. If we don't see you again, we understand why. If we do, you're more than welcome as well.
Also, likewise.
Any last comments as we have our last secure/growth combined meeting before we split to secure separate and growth? Secure and govern separate.
No, just that I am really glad to be part of this group. I've learned a lot, especially from everyone. And I'll probably drop in every now and then. But until then, take care, and I'll probably see you guys, most of you, over Summit.
Cheers. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.